friends and neighbors, Gib and Diane Cooper of Tradewinds Bamboo.
Hi. It's a small crowd, but it's a bunch of nice people, and I appreciate being invited to come over and speak. You probably haven't heard of us much because we are kind of in a retirement business these days, and we've always been in the mail order business. That was the number one reason we've been able to survive in Gold Beach with the specialty nursery. And just to give you a little background, we've been here about 30 years. We started our nursery down near Potter Valley, California, back in '83, so already had about 9 years of being in the business. And then we started to run out of water. Our property really only had a finite amount of water, and so we went ahead and decided to make the big move. And after looking around a few of the small towns on the southwest coast, decided on Gold Beach, found a nice 2.5 acre piece of property. We got our home occupation zoning set up, and so we've been busy there ever since. And I know a lot of you think bamboo. Why in the heck would I want to plant bamboo? Well, there's good reasons to plant bamboo, particularly if you're just using it as an ornamental in a residential size property. There are numerous clumping bamboos that you can use for ornamental purposes that are anywhere from 7 to 12 feet tall. Some go up to 30 feet tall. And the most famous group of the clumping bamboos are the tropical or subtropical clumping giant bamboos. Some of the world's biggest bamboos come from this group. If you're from Southern California, Florida, or South Texas, they are commonly grown there. And there's numerous commercial operations for timber products, paper products, and just getting into more utilization of the bamboo, not just the ornamental aspect. So ornamental has been our number one reason we're being here. We make most of our income from selling live plants, and we put them in boxes and ship them usually by UPS, but we also utilize the post office. We've been doing that for our local post office for 30 years. It's great. You're never crowded there, and if you prepay, there's never a line. So that's the number one thing we do. And then the second thing I've been able to do more since we've been on our site for so long is grow bamboo poles. And so the most valuable bamboo poles I dry, cure, and store. And maybe Diane could bring over a couple of things. It's kind of a hobby. I sell some things. Probably the most common thing is bamboo doormats. And so these items are just kind of things I work around. This is kind of a prototype. I haven't built another one. The key for me and with working with my bamboo is it's America. You got to make it fast, and you got to get a high price for it. So that's what I'm trying to do. My goal is to make simple things that I can sell online and locals too, and make it worth my while.
How are those attached together?
These use screws.
Oh, okay.
All around. But the nice thing, I don't know if you know, this bamboo, everybody thinks bamboo's hollow. This bamboo's solid. And it's an American bamboo from the country of Chile. And this, to me, is the most usable bamboo because it grows great along the coast, and it makes great stuff. Yeah, this is Chusquea gigantea, and there's another one, Chusquea culeo from Chile, that are just awesome. So anyway, that's what I make these things out of. And then on the, we used to sell tools. We don't do that anymore. We used to sell books. Amazon took that over. So it's basically just the plants and the poles. So, but let me tell you about the types of plants. Most people freak out with bamboo because in America, we're not very knowledgeable like the Japanese. You know, the Japanese will plant giant running bamboo in a tiny garden like that and have no problem maintaining it. Americans have a problem with it. They just don't know what to do. But the running bamboos can take over, they can grow into the neighbor's yard, and become a problem. So you need to install a barrier system to contain it or plant them in tubs and pots. And recently the most popular way has been buying the stock tanks. They come round, they come in kind of a long oval-ended shape, round-ended shape. And we just recently had some customers that bought 22 of these, 8 feet long. The stock tanks were way more than the bamboo. And because we go back and forth to Ukiah a lot, he's a guy that bought our house, our property when we sold it down there. And they came back and bought property in Willett. So he got 22 of these, the whole backyard. He just had a horrible view off this deck. And man, I just, I haven't seen it. When we go down next time, we'll take a look. But that's a great way to plant running bamboo. But when it comes to people buying bamboo, I always interview for what's the site, what it's like. And I really steer, some people just order without really knowing what they're ordering. So I get on the phone, call them up and give them customer service, try to make sure they choose the right thing. Because most of the mistakes I see with bamboo is because somebody was sold the wrong thing or just decided to get it and didn't realize what they were planting. So we've been very successful. Our busiest year was around 2000, but I'm 71, so I kind of decided to retire at 62. Well, I can't just retire because I like having things to do. I like doing things, and so I keep the business running. But we're at a much smaller scale. And recently, with a lot of new people moving here, we're getting a lot of people coming up for the most common reason to grow bamboo, and that's a screen, a hedge between new lots, or neighbors cut the trees down and want to put something else up. So, and then beyond that, for 15 years, I was directing a conservation program because most people don't realize 1/3 of the world's bamboos are in USA to Chile, South America, all through Mexico, everywhere. In Mexico, we started a conservation program, and I ran that for 15 years. We started a botanical garden in the city of Jalapa in Veracruz, which is a beautiful place. We worked in Panama City on another botanical garden. We worked, I did some tours and did some work in Ecuador and also in Nicaragua. But the best part of our program, I'm not the director anymore, one of our students that we helped get through their degree program, we give funding to do field work. And one of the students from Mexico took it over. He's in Guadalajara at the university there, and he's running the program now. And what we're doing just now is assisting students with field work, because it costs money to do field work, and a lot of times they can't get it. So they write small grants, and we do the field work. But we love living here. We love taking trips, and we love coming back, and we love everybody that lives here. And so, any questions?
You say most of the bamboos are in the Americas?
No, 1/3. 1/3 of the world's species, of around 1,500 species, come from the Americas.
China,
Asia has the biggest, of course. And then actually Africa has a few species. And the ones genetically identified with the American ones came from Africa. They're more related to those species, which came from the other sides of the Himalayas through India. So, what was the giant continent called? Pangea. Anybody else with a question?
Do you still do tours of your property? Because you have some beautiful bamboo growing there.
Yeah, the main thing when people come up, we have a website, it's bamboodirect.com. We like to have you call and make an appointment. And I'm not as busy as I used to be, so it's pretty easy to get an appointment. So. But at this kind of time of the year, we're not a retail nursery with nice pathways. We're a mail order nursery. We know where everything is. We get it together. So the best thing is come with some boots, and if it's raining, appropriate attire.
And do you only ship in the U.S. or do you ship internationally as well?
We used to, but after 9/11, the government made, for small businesses like ourselves, so difficult to ship international. We just gave it up. There's too many, it's fraught with too many problems. So we don't do it anymore. So we just ship within the USA. And some states we can't ship to, like Hawaii. So we ship to Alaska and all over. Yes?
Just want to say, I had a client back east who discovered that her third floor bathroom was no longer private with her next door neighbor when she was using it. And they used bamboo and it grew fast and her created a perfect
Yep.
screen without taking up a lot of depth.
Yeah.
Very narrow area.
Yeah, it can be very narrow, and there's ones to select for that. So that's, you know, it's good to talk to somebody who knows, because I can select, you need a columnar plant, or you need a big live oak or mushroom-shaped plant. How high? Because you don't want to plant a tall bamboo under power lines. You know, you want to have a 12-foot bamboo, but you can still have the screen.
Yeah. It was perfect.
Oh, thank you, yeah.
Didn't I hear there was a bamboo named after you?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and in honor of my work in Mexico, we actually had the USA National Bamboo Meeting in Mexico in 2015. And the big surprise for me was learning that one of the bamboos we had collected that was endemic to Mexico, they named it Truskea gibcooperi. I have a plant named after me. But yeah, it was a lot of fun in Mexico. The Mexicans have really forged ahead in bamboo. They, you know, like the USA, we sort of do a lot of things with bamboo, but it's difficult to break into with something new. Like, you know, just look at how hard Elon Musk has had to work. But in Mexico, things happen fast, and in 10 years, there's so many people growing and commercially operating bamboo farms and making stuff. The architecture is amazing. If you really want to see amazing bamboo architecture, look up an architect from Colombia called Simone Velez. Just blow your mind. People are doing this all over the world now. So any more? Yeah.
I've seen that bamboo is sometimes used for flooring now. What do you know about that? Does that make good?
It's great. I was just telling Mary, we finally tore up the last of our 20-year-old carpet and completed our whole house has got bamboo flooring. And the first one I put in was in our kitchen area, was in 2004. It's a little rough, like a wood, you know, it needs to be refinished, but that's possible to do. But it's fine, 17 years.
Yeah, maybe it's less expensive than some of the...
Yeah, it's all about the same. And the only problem is it's all produced in China.
Oh, I see.
You know, all of it's made in China. So.
And what are the largest... You said some of these bamboo species get very large, right?
Yeah, there's some in Sri Lanka and India that are like 15 inches in diameter and 120 feet tall.
Have you grown any of those?
They won't grow here. Yeah, we have, you know, one good thing, we have a very nice climate for growing things, but the one main thing we lack is summer heat. So further inland you can get that, and you can grow different species that'll get bigger and more robust inland. So, all right, well, I'll let you guys eat. Thank you.